Ren has launched. It looks amazing out of the gate. You know, as I always say, I love investments that, first of all, have launched, and then and they're decentralized, and we see great adoption rates. We're seeing all of that with Ren. But still, we have to look at valuation. I did love it at 4 cents. I still love it at 4 cents a token. But what about at 17 cents? That's the question, and I have a lot of questions here. And honestly, a lot of this video, what I want to do is try to get Mr. Loong. I've heard him on several podcasts. Can we get him on this show? I have questions. I'm going to ask the questions in this video. Maybe you can, if you can message him or you have a contact to Ren, let them know. Watch this video. I'm going to ask a bunch of questions right now. Can Mr. Loong come on my channel here and answer these questions, because we need to know them to know when we invest. So let me go through the questions. And also, I've changed my format. Instead of doing one video for an hour and a half, I'm just doing smaller 10-minute videos per topic like this one. If you don't want to miss a video, hit the subscribe button. You can always go to YouTube and there's subscription tab and find all my videos. Watch the ones on the topics you care about. Watch them all. Okay, so looking at Ren here. So let me explain the security model that they have, okay? So Ren is about taking BTC, and they also do it for Zcash and shitcoin BTCH for some reason. But they take your Bitcoin and turn it into an ERC20 Ethereum compatible token, which they call RenBTC. This is an application, a decentralized, trustless, permissionless application where anybody can go, take their Bitcoin, and turn it into RenBTC on Ethereum. So, the way it's secured, the way they do it, and they're not using collateral, they're not pegging a price. What they do is they lock your Bitcoin by privately creating a private key and spreading that private key on the network of Ren Nodes, and those Ren Nodes are secured by the Ren token. The Ren token's locked on those. And like I say, with anything blockchain related, you have to, if you're hearing this for the first time, don't be embarrassed if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I listened to Mr. Loong here on probably 6 podcasts before I was like, oh wait, I'm starting to get it. And even then I didn't. I mean, it takes a long time to understand this stuff. And so anyways, my questions for Mr. Loong are, so it goes on. So in other words, the network is secured. The private keys are secured. The Bitcoin is secured by these nodes, which are secured by the value of the Ren token. So, how high does that Ren token have to be to secure the network? Right now, there's 16 million in Ren tokens bonded to the Ren nodes to secure 16 million of, okay, this is transactions here. There's 43 million. There's been 43 million in transactions, but there, where do we see the total amount locked? Wait, is it? So there's 16 million locked. There's somewhere where it would say most of that is Bitcoin. So there's 16 million in probably Bitcoin locked, secured by 16 million in Ren token on the nodes. Is that enough? What should it be? What is, and then, so let's just say we say it's too low. Okay? Well, the Ren can be valued based on how much you earn from minting and burning fees. The fees to move the Bitcoin on or off. Well, I have a lot of questions about this amount. Is this a high? Is 0.1% a lot or not? When I tried Wbtc.cafe, which is a place you can go and it converts your Bitcoin directly into WBTC. This cost me 1% to convert from BTC to WBTC, but there's a lot of steps in that, and Ren was just the middleman in all of that. So was that 1% fee, which is pretty high? What was that? I assume most of that was not the Ren fee. I mean, how flexible are we in increasing this rate if we need to? What could it go to? You know, I don't know. And we've seen amazing demand here. Here you can see, I'll put these links in the description. You can see here, the black is how many transfers there are, which I guess makes the minting fees. And the transfer amount is how much was moved, the volume moved. But I don't... Yeah, and so... What was I asking here? Oh, you know, can we raise these fees? Now, they also have a thing where they could actually take away value from how much is locked, but then you're taking away the one-to-one. In other words, you put one Bitcoin in, and you get one RenBTC, and when you leave, you RenBTC, you get one Bitcoin back. They couldn't make it so that over a year, it loses 1% of its value as another way to raise value for the nodes to secure the network. I want to get a feel for where we are with all of that. Also, I created this lovely spreadsheet. And what I'm tracking here is basically the data that you see here. I go in and I manually put it every few days. How much all the nodes have made. How many nodes were registered. Let's see if I can make this bigger for you. How do we zoom here? Why is that not working? Oh. Let's get bigger. Okay. So, how much the nodes have earned, how many nodes, then how much was made per day, and then I divide that by 365. So you can see the nodes earning 50 cents to 70 cents a day, which is $90 a year maybe. So $90 a year, in order to get a node, you need 10,000 Ren at 17 cents. You're paying $17,000 to make $90 a year. That doesn't make me want to buy the Ren node, per se. Then again, this thing's growing like a rocket ship. 90 cents today, $2 in a couple weeks. You know, with these exponential growth things, to me, I like the fact that I'm getting anything means that this thing is awesome, right? I'm not poo-pooing this number at all. But still, I'd like to talk to Mr. Long about these numbers, what he thinks. And I'm comparing it to actual numbers, because I do have a node. And it looks like my numbers are correct here. And then we're looking at this, locked versus bonded. And you can see that it's recently come in line here. That the amount locked is similar to the amount of Ren bonded. You know, what does this mean? I have a lot of questions. And again, I love Ren. I haven't sold any. I'm not advising anyone to. Now, I'm only saying 10% of your crypto portfolio, up to that. Now, and I say that for those of you who listen to me, I mean, at 4 cents, I loved it. If you owned it at 4 cents, it's tripled in value. So if you put a few percent in, you may be up to 10%. I'd hodl that. But if you're brand new looking to jump in, it's just gone up 300%. I don't know that I'd dive in right now, but I have questions. Might want to, I don't know. I don't know. I hate buying things when it's up this much, right? Which, you know, whatever. Oh, and another question. So integrations. Another thing I love about Ren, remember, this is a long-term story. So even if 17 cents is too much today, these growth rates continue 3 years from now. We're talking, you know, this thing is a lot higher, right? Doesn't matter. And the integrations are key to that. Ren seems very integratable, if that's a word. There's only 2 things up and running now. I assume there's a lot more in the works. I'd love to hear about it. I've also loved to hear Curve Fee. I'd love more information. I believe Curve.fi was the engine behind the Wbtc.cafe, but I'm not sure exactly what this is all about. Most of the volume or more of the volume coming from this, What are they doing, and what integrations are coming? I think that's all my questions. Let me see. Oh, and also, well, and just so that Mr. Long is not too afraid of me with my security. Oh, is this bonded enough? You know, one thing I think have learned in the in this space. You know, we look at, a lot of people know with proof of work, 51% attack. You know, it's technically the network is vulnerable if you can get more than 51% of the nodes. But look at what's happened. Like, there's a lot of shit coins out there where literally it's doable to do 51% attacks. Or there's been times people did a 51% attack and they did it once, they made some money and they went away. I don't know. Like, I feel like 51% attack is theoretically possible, but it actually seems to be safer than we think, and it's more difficult. Although it's possible, it doesn't seem to be economically viable. You know, maybe you need an 80% attack to really make it financially viable, and therefore only the shittiest of shitcoins. So when we talk about how is Ren secure, I understand there's the mathematical 100% secure. There's also the real world secure enough, more secure than custodial, right? Custodial's not 100% secure. Wbtc isn't 100% secure. But where the market is today, and knowing these custodians and who they are, I don't think they're going to steal my Bitcoin right now, right? It's possible, but I'm not worried about it. And so with Ren, I want to also talk about the security of not just the mathematically possibly insecure, but realistically where we are, what's the security on that? That's all. So, Mr. Long, if you've watched this, you know, I've listened to you several times. And this show, I'll tell people too, and I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of podcasts out there with Mr. Long. Sorry, I keep saying Mr. I don't know your first name. Or I don't remember, that is. I've heard you on podcasts. He talks about his history and where they came to Ren, how they started Ren, and it's very interesting and a lot of great information. But I'm going to focus on these questions that we have here. You know, stuff that you haven't talked about in any of your other podcasts. So please come on the show. Or if you don't want to come on the show, although you've done other ones, I've talked privately or email me with answers. Whatever. I'm just trying to get the info, spread the knowledge. All right. Thank you for watching. And if you want to see my other videos, hit the subscribe button. Stay in touch. Comment below. I respond to all my comments. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Thank you.